Ladies and gentlemen, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When is everybody in this organization going to get canned? Enough is enough. I feel worse after this week than I do last week. I would rather get blown out like we did last week and get laid down softly rather than experiencing what we did today. Of course, this team reels me back in the fourth quarter, okay? They give me a Malik Washington return punt touchdown. They give me all this hope. I'm going crazy in the living room for Malik Washington. And then in good old Dolphins fashion, they suck me right back to reality. A special teams blunder, right into a turnover, and then another sack to end the game for the Miami Dolphins. I'm just tired of it, dude. This team, I love the Dolphins, but at the same time, I fucking hate the Dolphins because they are so good at doing this to me, where they will give me all this hope during the game, and then they will blow it at the end. They will bring it all back down to reality. It's over. It is over. And I'll tell you what, for the Anthony Weaver interim head coach people, you can get the fuck out of here with that one. His defense sucks. Another 33 points to a team that is not a top 15 team in the NFL. 33 points to the New England Patriots is outrageous. Tua's stat line looks good, but when it mattered most, when it mattered the most, he crumbled again. Not once, twice. Twice he crumbles with the opportunity to give his team the lead. And I will be thinking about this all night. 4th and 9. 2:19 to go. When Tua threw that interception, he had Julian Hill wide open underneath. Nobody was around him. He was standing all by himself. And if you just dump it off to him, he gets the first down. But you make a horrible decision, an interception in good old classic Tua fashion. And luckily your defense goes out there and they only give up a field goal. But you get another opportunity and there's no urgency at all from the quarterback and the head coach. Tua casually runs out of bounds on 3rd and 12. This is what happens when we have a quarterback on our team who's limited. On that 3rd and 12, if nobody's open, a Josh Allen is going to make a play. Lamar Jackson is going to make a play. Jalen Hurts is going to make a play. Tua is not that guy. Tua, if the play crumbles and it goes off script, he's running out of bounds. Or he's throwing the ball out of bounds. There's no urgency whatsoever. And the offensive line, they played good in the first half, I thought. They played fine. But that second half, 5 sacks. They all weren't there. It wasn't all the O-line's fault. Most of it was on Tua. And it just sucks. This team will never go anywhere with him as the quarterback. No need to talk about Mike McDaniel. No need to talk about Mike McDaniel anymore. You saw him. They had a clear shot of Mike McDaniel at the end of the game, looking at the ground in disappointment. He knows his days are numbered. He knows his days are numbered. Again, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when at this point. Now they're 0-2. Tua took his first career loss to the Patriots. They're 0-2. And they're going to Buffalo on Thursday night, where they will probably embarrass themselves on national television. No doubt in my mind. And hopefully Friday, Mike McDaniel is fired. And Chris Greer better be fired with him. Because you can't just fire one and keep the other. You got to get rid of both of them at the same time. And you got to restart. Let the new head coach determine if he wants Tua to be the quarterback of the team, and go from there. I can't do this anymore, man. I simply can't do this anymore. It's too much. It's year after year, game after game. It's all bad. But this was an absolute heartbreaker for the Miami Dolphins. So, I guess we'll get into some stats, and then we'll get into the game breakdown. Your final score again, Patriots 33, Dolphins 27. Dolphins are now 0-2, going to Buffalo on Thursday night when they are 10.5-point underdogs. You know, it's funny that people were saying all offseason that if Tua stays healthy, the Dolphins are a competitive team. And Tua, all he does is crumble when it matters most. I don't care about his stat line. What matters the most is the fact that he did not come through when it was 30-27. He did not come through when it was 33-27. And the fact that he's a limited quarterback and he's not clutch, this organization must move on from Tua Tagovailoa if they want to do anything in this league. So, they're not going to be competitive with him when you're dealing with quarterbacks in your conference like Josh Allen, like Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, C.J. Stroud, Justin Herbert, Pat Mahomes, Bo Nix. This team's not going to go anywhere with him at the starting quarterback position. So, let's get into some stats. We'll start with the Patriots. Drake May, 19 of 23, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns. Played a good game today. And he was successful on the ground as well. Drake May ran the ball 10 times for 31 yards and a touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson, 11 carries for 54 yards. They were running the ball all over us in the first half, which is why we got down so big really early. Then we go to the receiving. Ramondre Stevenson, 5 catches, 88 yards. Jalen Phillips doesn't get home on third down, and Ramondre ends up picking up a 56-yard catch. Austin Hooper, 3 catches, 38 yards. Stephon Diggs, 4 catches, 32 yards. Travion Henderson, 2 catches, 30 yards. Kayshon Boutte, 1 catch, 16 yards and a touchdown. And Matt Collins, 1 catch, 8 yards, and a touchdown. We'll go to the Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa, 26 of 32, 315 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. I don't care about the 315 passing yards. That means nothing to me. What matters the most is that you didn't come through. Year 6. A 6-year quarterback couldn't come through when it matters most. Again. Devon Achane, 11 carries for 30 yards. Malik Washington, 3 carries, 23 yards. They barely ran the ball with Ollie Gordon today, which is another fucking mistake by Mike McDaniel. But again, I'm not expecting anything much. I wouldn't expect anything else from him. Tyreek Hill, he had over 100 yards today. 6 catches, 109 yards, and he finally got a catch over 30 yards, which was all on him. Devon Achane, 8 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 5 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. And sacks, they only got 3. Chop Robinson, Bradley Chubb, and Jordan Brooks. So, let's start with this. Let's start with this game, I guess. The Dolphins win the toss, and Mike McDaniel deferred. So the Patriots got the ball first. They go 10 plays, 68 yards in 5.5 minutes. 3rd and 1, Ramondre Stevenson for 9 yards. They're already at the Dolphins' midfield point. Bradley Chubb gets a 3-yard sack. And on 3rd and 13, Ramondre Stevenson for 10 yards. And they get an easy 4th down completion to Stephon Diggs. 1st down. Drake May goes deep to Austin Hooper for 22 yards. And the Patriots are rolling 1st and goal down at the 8-yard line. Wide open. Matt Collins touchdown. No idea what Ifeatu Melifonwu and Jason Marshall were doing on that play, but it was their fault that Matt Collins was so wide open on that touchdown. So, touchdown for the Patriots. Borregales misses the extra point. Dolphins go 3 plays, 5 yards. They go 3 and out in the first drive. And they absolutely heard the bruise after this first drive. Because you got a Devon Achane 7-yard run. Then he loses 2 yards. And then you get Tua on 3rd and 5. He's happy feet. He's nervous in the pocket. Throws an interception. Luckily, it's an offset penalty on both teams. So it's 3rd and 5 again, and you're still incomplete to Devon Achane. And all you heard out there was, boo! Boo! After that first drive. So, the Patriots get the ball again. They hold the ball for 7 minutes this time. 2nd and 12. Drake May to Stephon Diggs for 8 yards. Once again, they can't get off the field because a 3rd down conversion, 15 yards to Travion Henderson. 3rd and 6, can't get off the field again. You realize what's happening there. This defense can't get off the field when it matters most. Drake May, 13 yards for a 1st down. Drake May gets another 6-yard run. Travion Henderson up the middle for 6. And then on 3rd and 6 at the Miami 16, Drake May goes to Kayshon Boutte in the end zone. Good coverage by Jack Jones. That was a good catch by Boutte. Touchdown New England. Another missed PAT. So it's now 12-0. The Dolphins offense finally gets some rhythm going on this play. Tua to Devon Achane for 9 yards. And then 2nd and 1, Tua to Alec Ingold for 4 yards and a first down. Crowd erupts in cheer when they get a first down on this play. And that was the last play of the first quarter. The Patriots are up 12-0. Crowd sarcastically cheering when Tua throws a first down to Alec Ingold. Tua to Tyreek Hill for 13 on 2nd and 1. Malik Washington on an end around for 18 yards. Down to the New England 26-yard line. Ollie Gordon for 8 yards and a first down. And then Tua to Jalen Waddle, 18 yards. Touchdown Dolphins. They're down 12-7. Finally, some rhythm on this offense. Going side to side. The run game was working on that drive, and it made Jalen Waddle wide open because the Patriots respected the run. Jalen Waddle was wide open, and that was the Dolphins' best drive of the year. So now it's 12-7. The Patriots, this Dolphins defense, can't get a stop. They are so bad. So fucking bad, because we thought this front seven was going to be so dangerous. And they barely get home on Drake May. So 1st and 10. Drake May to Austin Hooper for 9 yards. Drake May to Austin Hooper for 7 yards. Ramondre Stevenson up the middle for 21 yards on first down. Drake May gets sacked by Chop Robinson. It doesn't matter. 2nd and 25. You get a holding call on Jason Marshall. Now, I thought he had good coverage on Hunter Henry. I did not exactly think that was holding on Jason Marshall. I'm sorry. I did not think so at all. 1st and 10. Gibson for 5 yards. A false start by the Patriots. 2nd and 10. Drake May to Travion Henderson for 15 yards. And then Drake May to Hunter Henry for 9 yards. And then Drake May up the middle for 3. And 2nd and 10, Ramondre Stevenson for 9 yards. And then they're able to hold them to a field goal for 22 yards. And it's 15-7 Patriots. Dolphins get the ball with 1:56 left. Tua goes deep to Tyreek Hill for 22 yards. First down. 3rd and 1. Tua gets a screen to Devon Achane for 12 and a first down. Tua to Tyreek Hill for 5 yards. And then this play was all Devon Achane. Tua throws a screen to Devon Achane. Devon Achane is plowing through defenders and is able to get in the end zone. That was not a play on Tua at all. Tua just had to dump the ball off to Devon Achane, and Devon Achane just did the rest. He is by far the best player on this team. No question about it. It's 15-13, and the Dolphins are going to go for 2. But a false start on Patrick Paul results in the extra point by Riley Patterson. And it is 15-14. Dolphins going into halftime. And finally, you're like, okay, the Dolphins have some sort of momentum. They just scored twice on offense. They held the Patriots to a field goal, even though the Patriots took 9 minutes off the clock. And you get the ball coming out of the half. So it's Dolphins ball coming out at halftime. 7 plays, 49 yards. Devon Achane, 7 yards. Offensive holding on Jonas Savaiinaya. Offensive holding on Aaron Brewer, but it doesn't matter. 3rd and 13. Tua Tagovailoa basically punts a football downfield, and it was an underthrow, but he gets it to Tyreek Hill for 47 yards. So we don't have to talk about anymore how Tyreek hasn't caught in a pass over 30 yards in over a year. At least that's off the table. But the drive stalls. You get a third down completion to Malik Washington, but he gets called for illegal motion. And Tua to Achane for 7 yards. Riley Patterson makes a 40-yard field goal, and it's good. 17-15 Dolphins. First lead they've had all season. Ramondre Stevenson on the Patriots 17. Ramondre Stevenson for 3 yards. Incomplete to Stephon Diggs. And then on third down, Anthony Weaver brings the blitz, and Jordan Brooks gets home to Drake May. A loss of 11. And the Dolphins get the ball on their own 44-yard line to start this next drive. Tua to Jalen Waddle for 23 yards. Mike Vrabel challenges if it's not a catch. It stands. It is a catch. We get to the Patriots 33. 3rd and 5. Tua to Tyreek for a great throw and catch for 9 yards. And then penalties absolutely kill this drive. Killed it for the Dolphins. First play, you get a 10-yard holding call on Aaron Brewer. Then you get a 5-yard holding call for the Patriots. So it's 1st and 15. You got a screen pass to Achane, which goes absolutely nowhere. Another screen. Very creative, Mike. And on third down, the pressure comes, and Tua gets sacked. That's Patrick Paul's fault on that play. And Riley Patterson makes a 44-yard field goal. So the score is now 20-15. And the Patriots get the ball. And it's 3rd and 3 on their own 24-yard line. Jalen Phillips beats his guy. He beats his guy, but he doesn't get home on Drake May. And you get Ramondre Stevenson wide open on a wheel route. 55 yards all the way down to the Dolphins' 20-yard line. And you can guess what happened next. 2 plays, Gibson for 15 yards, and then at the 5, Drake May scrambles for 6 yards and a touchdown, and they get the 2-point conversion. So it's now 23-20 going into the fourth quarter. Tua to Jalen Waddle for 15 yards and a first down. And then they go 3 and out. Tua eats a sack on third down again. And the Patriots go 6 play, 4 yards. They let up a fucking first down on 3rd and 13. Just a dump-off screen pass to Ramondre Stevenson, and he gets an easy first down. Like, what are we doing, Anthony Weaver and the guys on the field? What the fuck? They can't get off the field whatsoever. And the only reason they got off the field on this drive is because the center muffs the snap. Bad snap by the center. 3rd and 26. Was there anybody that thought that the Patriots were going to get a first down on 3rd and 26? I did. And then 4th and 25. Behringer, the punter, gets an absolute boomer to Malik Washington. But he breaks tackles, bouncing off defenders, takes it to the house for 74 yards. I was hyped. Hyped after that punt return. But it doesn't fucking matter, dude. Doesn't matter at all. Because the very next play, the kickoff to Antonio Gibson, he takes it 90 yards to the house. Great job. It's never a dull moment being a Dolphins fan. You get a punt return touchdown to take the lead, and guess what? The very next play on the kickoff, you give up a 90-yard touchdown to Antonio Gibson. And the Patriots take the lead right back. It's 30-27. So, 2 plays, 2 first downs. This should be interesting. 2nd and 12. Tua to Ollie Gordon for 5 yards. You can hear someone on the Patriots sideline screaming out, "Screen! Screen! Screen!" And once you know it, predictable as always, they go screen pass to Ollie Gordon. And then on 3rd and 7, Nick Westbrook-Akine takes a hit and is able to pick up the first down. And this is crazy. They get that first down. And you get a delay of game call. Because you can't get the playoff in the 4th quarter with the game on the line. Good job, fucking doofus McDaniel. Delay of game called. All on Mike McDaniel because he couldn't get the fucking playoff. And then this one. Oh my God. 1st and 15. Tyreek Hill was wide open. And Tua overthrew him. How the fuck did you miss Tyreek Hill right there, man? How? Overthrew him by a mile. Tyreek Hill visibly upset. There was a report coming out yesterday that teams aren't calling the Dolphins for Tyreek Hill. And the Dolphins are going to keep Tyreek Hill on the roster. That shit is going to fucking change. There is no way Tyreek Hill makes it to November on this team. Absolutely no way. I would hope that they trade him at this point because they're wasting Tyreek Hill. Wasting him. Tua oversails it. What could have been an easy first down is now 2nd and 20 because Ollie Gordon got a false start. And on 2nd and 20, you go to Tyreek Hill for 13. And on 3rd down, Larry Borum is running around circles against Harold Landry and gives up and sacks Tua. So now it is 4th and 9. 4th and 9 on the Patriots' 48-yard line. And let me show you guys. Let me show you what I'm going to be thinking about all night. I don't know if you could see it. This play right here. Julian Hill is wide open. He's standing by himself. Nobody's around him. You just got to dump it off to him. And he gets the first down. But nope. Tua makes a horrible decision. And it's intercepted. Mate Mapu. Now the defense holds the Patriots to a field goal. Borregales makes a 53-yard field goal. It's a very clutch kick. But this defense basically is, all right, Tua. We've tried our best in the second half. Down 3, we only gave up 3. Now you're down 6. 1 timeout. You're a 6-year quarterback. Go lead us to a win. Go get us our first win of the season against the Patriots. And he couldn't fucking do it. Tua, they start on their own 40, by the way. Tua to Jalen Waddle for 7 yards. Tua to Alec Ingold for 9 yards. 1:15 left. Tua swing pass. Devon Achane looks like he took it to the house for a touchdown, but he clearly steps out of bounds at the 26-yard line. So now, it is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And we get a false start. False start on Aaron Brewer. Back it up. It's 1st and 15. And you know what? Back it up some more. Because once again, Mike McDaniel can't get the fucking playoff. And we get a delay of game calling. Great job, coach. Great job. 1st and 20. Incomplete in the end zone to Jalen Waddle. 2nd and 20. D. Eskridge for 8 yards. 3rd and 12. Everything breaks down. There's no receiver open. What does Tua do? He casually jogs out of bounds. And I'm like, at that moment, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It's 3rd down. The game is on the line. And you just casually run out of bounds like it's nothing. He doesn't care. Makes no plays at all by himself. And then, of course, what happens the very next play? A sack by Milton Williams. And that's your ball game. The Dolphins lose to the Patriots. They start the year off 0-2. 33-27. And now, you go to Buffalo on Thursday night. You are 10.5-point underdogs. I would bet the Buffalo Bills at minus 20.5. And I bet you they would still cover. This game on Thursday night is going to be a slaughter. No doubt in my mind. A slaughter. And I'm okay with it. This season, it is week 2, and this season is already in the dumps. It's fucking wild. Back-to-back years. The season's over week 2. And they had a chance to go out there and right their wrongs from last week. And they didn't. And they came up short again. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing being a fan of this team. I hate the Dolphins. They make me absolutely miserable. And the bad thing is, it's only week 2. There's 15 more games to go. I said it last week and I'll say it again. It's going to be a long season. The only way I can be somewhat positive is if Mike McDaniel gets fired after this game on Thursday night. And Stephen Ross fires him on Friday. That's the only way I can get excited for this team. But outside of that, the season's over. You saw the look on Mike's face. Had his head down like this. He knows. He knows he's gone. He's done. So, same old Dolphins. Same old Tua. I'm done. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Fuel channel. More Dolphins content on the way. Good or bad, we will have all the content here for you. I'm going to take it easy this week. We'll have a preview for the Thursday night game on Tuesday. We'll do the post-game recap video Thursday night after the game. And I will have my ears open, because if Mike McDaniel gets fired this weekend, I will be making a video 100%. So, that's all I got. I'm out of here. I'm fucking deflated. I just want to go to bed.